So, this isn't an easy topic to talk about, and I've definitely been mulling over the past couple of months of what to say to you. So, here it is. Following Grand Beatbox Battle 2021, Tomazacre was accused of sexual assault of an attendee. For those that don't know Tomazacre, he was the Chilean beatbox champ in 2018 and the vice champ of the 2019 Grand Beatbox Battles. The survivor of the assault, who we'll refer to as Person A, later dropped the case due to not being able to afford the hospital bills and a lawyer for the case. Swiss Beatbox, the organizer of Grand Beatbox, informed many of the beatboxers at the event that the case was dropped, leading to people to believe Tomazacre was innocent of the incident. Which is not quite right. The case was difficult, to say the least, Tomazacre being from Chile and Person A, who was also not from Poland, and the case being held in Poland, made it hard for the courts to figure out exactly what happened. Now, while Person A has been quite vocal about the case, we do not want to share who this person is, due to the nature of the situation. In the past, we have seen anywhere from online bullying to threats against women in the beatbox scene who have spoken out about sexual assaults against another beatboxer. Person A has said she no longer wants to associate with the beatbox scene, and we don't want to drag down this person any further than what she has already suffered. What makes this situation even worse is that Tomazacre was already being accused of other sexual assault allegations in Chile. The entire South American beatbox community has also banned him from any future events, leading to many question why was he invited to Grand Beatbox in the first place, given the ongoing situation in Chile. Regardless of the innocence until proven guilty, we think we can all agree this wouldn't have happened either way if he simply wasn't invited. On top of that, this might have been swept under the rug if it wasn't for several beatboxers to speak out on the situation, leading to two competitors at Grand Beatbox to ask Swiss Beatbox to not show their rounds in protest. Let me be clear, these are not some misdemeanors, but rape allegation, a violent crime. As far as we can tell, the case in Chile is still ongoing, and not much is known as our efforts to reach anyone in those communities haven't led to any news about the case. And that's where the community is till more information becomes available, and that's where the story should have been on pause for now. But it gets messier. Earlier this year, Chezame and Sxin, two beatboxers turned YouTube celebrities, have announced an online beatbox competition, Beatbox United 2022, which we have covered in our last Beatbox News video. Tomazacre has submitted a wildcard and made it into the online competition. Chezame and Sxin have been reacted to each of the submissions, and for Tomazacre's video, they said,
"There is information out there that is known by a few entities. The official story is not true. There were false information on which also people did things to Tomas or blamed him for things that he did that are not true by the knowledge we have right now. And I know this seems weird, but we have to come out now because BBU is right around the corner. And at this point, we see no reason why he shouldn't be allowed to compete in our competition.
Yes.
This is not easy for us, but we have the information and we can't no longer silence Tomazacre and destroy his career over something that didn't happen."
A few days later, Chezame and Sxin uploaded their jam session with Tomazacre. In response to this, Villain, an American beatboxer who was at Grand Beatbox, put out a post chastising Chezame, saying in part, "This is ridiculous. People do not understand the responsibility they hold." He also noted that the two have been deleted any negative comments, calling it suspicious. In response, Chezame wrote back, "Check your facts, buddy. Video about you and your friends coming soon." Which kinda sounds ominous by itself, but sure, a fair response to Villain's comments. So, as of today, here's the information that we have. Swiss Beatbox has put out information about the case which Chezame may be privy to as a former employee of Swiss Beatbox, much of which only states that Person A has dropped her lawyer, and as we stated prior, this isn't proof of innocence from Tomazacre. I also talked to Tomazacre at Grand Beatbox, and he had mentioned the case in Chile involved an ex with malicious intent to ruin his career. This, of course, skirts the part that there are several women making claims against Tomazacre in this one case. We also received info that the court case Tomazacre presented to Swiss Beatbox was of a defamation case, basically a cease and desist to the various social media accounts who first reported on the situation in Chile, and not the actual sexual allegation case. Now, between me recording this and posting it, Chezame may have his video response to Villain out by now. But we hope that his response isn't just smearing the victim, when the little amount of information doesn't prove or disprove Tomazacre's innocence. And we hope Chezame has more than what we just stated. They are making a huge claim, and there are ramifications to their decision. Chezame and Sxin have close to 30,000 subscribers, who will take their word on the situation. That is not a small amount of public opinion being spread, when in fact there isn't solid evidence as of now. Second, the Beatbox United battle that Chezame and Sxin are holding has a cash prize of 10,000 euros, which is a lot of money, especially when you convert that into Chilean pesos. Tomazacre could funnel that money towards a more expensive lawyer, creating an unfair advantage in this legal case, whether innocent or not, as the victim won't have the access to the same type of legal power. They are, knowingly or not, swaying public opinion on an ongoing case and potentially creating an imbalance to that case itself. Now, while the beatbox community is not a legal court system, as a community, we have to protect those in our community. If a beatboxer is a threat to other beatboxers or an audience member, for example, punching a beatboxer on stage or threatening an audience member with a weapon, I doubt anyone would disagree that that beatboxer should be banned from future events, regardless of what the legal system decides. In a later video, we'll go over what the community can do to move forward, as this is not a new topic, nor will it be the last time this kind of thing can happen. I'll be going over what it means to be banned from the beatbox community, and of course, what it doesn't mean. We say we must do better, but not enough is talked about of what that looks like.